Okay, I'm going to read The Prince and the Pauper. And Edward the Prince uh, was in trouble uh, after he went to over court. So it's pretty interesting to read this story. This is chapter 4. The Prince's troubles begin. After hours of the persistent pursuit and persecution, the little prince was at last deserted by the rabble and left to himself. As long as he had been able to rage against the mob and threaten it orally, and the royalist utter command that were good stuff to laugh at. He was very entertaining, but when weariness finally forced him to be silent, he was no longer of use. Twists are tormentors, and they throw amusement. At first they looked about him. Now the best could not recognize the locality. He was within the city of London, that was all he knew, and then he moved on aimlessly and in a little while the houses that and the passers-by was infrequent. He bathed his bleeding feet in the brook which flowed then where the Farrington Street now is. Rested a few moments, then passed on, and the pleasant trees that came up on a great space with only a few scattered houses in it. And prodigious church. He recognized this church. Scaffoldings were about everywhere, and the swarms of the workmen. Oh, it was undergoing elaborate repair. The prince took heart. At once he felt that his troubles were at an end now, and he said to himself, "It's the ancient great prayer church, which is the king my father had taken from the monks and given for homes forever for poor and forsaken children, and you named it the Christ Church. Right rather is will they serve the son of the hymn and who have done so generously by them, and the more that the son is himself as first as a poor as any that be shutters the shares these days or ever shall be." He was soon in the midst of a crowd of boys and who were running, jumping, playing at a ball and leapfrog and otherwise disporting themselves and right noises till they were all dressed alike, and in the fashion which in the days prevailed among serving men and apprenticed, that is to say, each had on the crown of his head a flat black cap about the size of a saucer, which was not used as a covering, it being for such scantily dimensions. Neither was it ornamental from beneath it hairs that fell, parted to the middle of the forehead, and was cropped straight around the coracle band at the neck, a blue gown, and fitted closely hung as low as the knee or as lower as the full sleeve, broad leather belts, brightly yellow stockings, gartered above the knees, and low shoes with the largest metal tobaccos. It was a sufficiently ugly costume, and the boys stopped there to play, and plucked about the prince, who said with native dignity, "Good lad, say to your master that Edward Prince of Wales deserves a speech with him." A great shout went up at this, and one rude fellow said, "Marry, art thou his grace the messenger beggar?" The prince's face flushed with anger, and his laddie hand flew to his hip, but there was nothing there. There was a storm of laughter, and one boy said, "Didn't mark that he fancied he had a sword like he is the prince himself?" This salliest brought more laughter. Poor Edward drew himself up proudly and said, "I am the prince, and do dismiss you that feed upon the king my father's bounty to use me so." This was vastly enjoyed, as the laughter testified. The youth who had first spoken shouted to the comrade, "You swine, slaves, pensioners of his grace's princely father, where be your manners? Down on your moral bones, or yet to reverence to his kingly poor royal legs." With boisterous mirth they dropped upon their knees in a body and did remote homage to their surprise. The prince spurned the nearest boy with his foot and said fiercely, "Take thou that till the tomorrow come, the view the giver. Oh, but this was not joke, this was going beyond fun. The laughter ceased on the instant, and then fury took its place. The dozen shouted, "Haul him forth to the horse pond and the horse pond! Where the dogs? Ho there, lion, ho, Panks!" Then followed such a thing as England had never seen before. Scared a sacred person of the hair to the thrones deliberately buffeted by the plebeian hand and then set upon and torn by dogs. As night grew to close that day, the prince found himself so far down in a close and built portion of the city. His body was bruised, his hands were bleeding, and his legs was all besmirched with mud, and he wandered on and grew more and more bewildered and so tired, faint, he could hardly drag one foot after the other. He had ceased to ask questions of anyone since they brought him only insert instead of information. He kept muttering to himself, "Overcough, that is the name. If I can but find it, because my strength is wholly spent, I drop them as savers. The first people will take me to the palace and prove that I am none of theirs. But the true prince and I shall have mine stones against, and now and then his mind is diverted to his treatment by those rude hospital boys. And he says that when I am king, they shall not have bread and shelter on me, but also teaching the art of books, and for the full belly is little worth where the mind is starved and the heart. I'll keep this diligently in my remembrance, that this day's lessons be not lost upon me, and my people suffer thereby, for running soften their heart and then breathe and gentleness and chart. The lights began to twinkle, it came on rain, and the wind rose, and the roared gust night set in. The houseless prince, homeless heir to the throne of England, first moved on, trooping first into major squared Ariston, where the swarming hives of poverty and misery was massed together. Suddenly a great drunken Lupin colored him, and said, "At this time of night again, has not brought us parting home? I warn me, if it be so, and I do not break the old bones in his lean body, then am I not Johnny Canty, but some other." The prince tweaked himself loose, unconsciously brushed his profaned shoulder, and eagerly said, "Oh, art his father, truly. Sweet heaven grant his speech so dense with those that fetch him away and restore me. His father? I know that what you mean, but I know that I am the father. At the sort I soon have cause to. Oh, just now it's part at Lena, I'm wounded that I can bear no more. Take me to the kings my fathers, he will make reach beyond the wildest dreams, and believe me, ma'am, believe me, I speak no lie, but I only the truth that purpose the hand and save me, that I am indeed the Prince of Wales." The mysterious arms divided upon the lattice, and shook his head and muttered, "Gone stark and mad as any Toms of Balaam," and colored the hymns once more, and said with a coarse laugh and unasked, "No matter or no matter, I am the Gammer Canty will soon find, where the soft face in the bones lie. I am no true man." With this he dragged the frantic and struggling prince away, and disappeared up the front escort, followed by the light noisy swarm of human bumming. I finished reading. It's very interesting. I think Mark Twain wrote this story very well, and it's very vivid and wonderful. So reading books is very good. Okay then.